Lincoln and Miller. And the tackle is senior, number 74, Ryan McCann. The Seahawks are coached by Wayne Lance. Midfield, representing the Barons tonight, number 1, Corey Schwartz, number 6, Jeff Rose, number 32, Donovan Towns, and number 59, Bolden Soon. Captains tonight for the Seahawks, number 5, Michael Lance, number 6, Josh Sibley, number 55, Josh Long, and number 58, Levi Belford.
And good evening and welcome on into Cova Sports TV. Tonight we've got more high school football action for you tonight between the visiting Blue Ridge Barons and the Atlantic Shore Seahawks. I'm Jack Will, your play-by-play commentator tonight, alongside our camera operator Mason Yoder, as we're ready to rock and roll for VISSA play, as the Atlantic Shore Seahawks coming off of a commanding win as they finally put an end to their losing streak, recently beating Virginia Episcopal School 22-0, two-game win streak at that, as they also beat SMLCA 50-22. We're going to take a quick timeout for a prayer and the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to technical difficulties, thank you. You may be seated.
So unfortunately, with some technical difficulties, no national anthem tonight, but got the prayer in. That's good. As I was just mentioning, though, Atlantic Shore's a two-game win streak after struggling at home for quite a couple games, beating Smith Mountain Lake Academy 50-22 very handily, and then they beat Virginia Episcopal School at their place 22-0. So all of a sudden, here come the Atlantic Shore Seahawks after losing three in a row, three out of their last four. They've won two in a row, and now they look to potentially extend it against the Barons today. Blue Ridge coming off of a perfect season last year. They've been one of the better private schools in the state of Virginia for the last few years, but they have been struggling as of late, actually. When you look at Blue Ridge's schedule, they're 3-3 on the year, and their three wins coming against Flint Hill 34-28, Virginia Episcopal School 21-12, and Hargrave Military Academy 37-27. Their losses, however, look pretty bad. They lost to Benedictine, who is the premier private football school in Virginia, 62-0. They lost to North Cross, 68-6, which is very similar. Atlantic Shores struggled immensely against the Raiders that night, and they lost to Stab, St. Anne's Belfield, 60-19. So overall, you're looking at a pretty even matchup here as far as schedules go. So it's going to be a fun one. We appreciate all of you for tuning in tonight, as it's going to be a fun one. Atlantic Shore is going to defer, so the Barons will be starting off with the football. As hopefully we got a lot of these names. You got a kid running across the field. Hopefully we have a lot of these names correct for you for the Blue Ridge side of things. We don't had to make quite a few changes to their roster. Hopefully we have all the right names and numbers for you, and if there's any fault, we apologize. But the Barons have the return team on the field. Referees getting set, and Atlantic Shores set to kick off for the first time tonight. And we got an onside kick for the first kickoff by Atlantic Shores. And recovered by Blue Ridge. We are missing a name for that number 28. So we'll effort to get some of these numbers set for you as he kind of limps off the field. Unless it was Charlie Abell Jr., who's 26, so I could have gotten that number wrong. In fact, I think it was. So Charlie Abell Jr. recovering the onside kick. Great job by him. That thing was bouncing. Not a bad look at all for Atlantic Shores. And when you look at it, the Barons going to take over at their own 33-yard line. So really, it was almost like they just had a good return. So not too bad of a disadvantage kicking the onside kick to start. So here's Blue Ridge's offense as they begin tonight's game. Start out dropping back as the quarterback going to find his receiver, who is dropped down, Josh Sibley. They're going to mark him down, but he went after the ball. Josh Sibley laying the boom. A great hit by him to start off this game. That's going to be a loss of yards for the Barons.
Big hit from Josh Sibley.
Loss of 3 on the play.
Loss of 3 on the play.
And the Atlantic Shores defensive line all over the Barons. Absolutely nothing doing. Once again, I apologize. We're missing a lot of names here tonight, so we're doing our best to effort finding some of these names for you, including the quarterback's name. So we apologize for that. But with that being said, the Atlantic Shores defense not giving up much. It's going to be 3rd and 11. Two receivers on the top of your screen, one to the bottom. Quarterback drops back, is going to find a man complete. But well before the first down marker is the receiver for Blue Ridge. So a quick 3-and-out forced by the Atlantic Shores defense. You love to see that if you're Coach Wayne Lance and a fan of the Seahawks. Seeing a quick 3-and-out like that, the Atlantic Shores defense looking great. All starting with that Josh Sibley absolutely laying the big hit on the receiver for Blue Ridge on that opening play. Fourth down and set to punt is Blue Ridge. They will get it off. And we have names for Atlantic Shores. That's Ben Salee back to return. He's not going to get it. It'll go out of bounds. So in comes the Seahawk offense. We'll keep it right here. The Seahawks wearing their black jerseys and blue pants tonight with the blue helmets. And Blue Ridge with the all whites. I've got to say, very big fan of both uniforms tonight. I love the all whites and I love the Atlantic Shores black on blue. Very nice uniform combos indeed. The refs are going to mark the ball at about the Atlantic Shore 33-yard line. So really, they're starting at the exact same place that Blue Ridge just did, just on the opposite side of the field. And Michael Lance coming in at quarterback, trying to get a good game on his resume as he'll start out in the shotgun. We've got quads, 2 receivers on either side of the field. Lance going to take the snap, and he will hand it off, and with a full head of steam, there goes the running back, pushes a man down. Bradford Colbank. What a run. Brad Colbank on first down will get the first down and all the way to Barron territory at about the 40-yard line. And a great first play. So now Atlantic Shore's going to go there up-tempo as I like to when they have a couple nice plays in a row. Once again in the backfield, Bradford, Johnson, Colbank. And this one will go to Colbank again, who's going to go up the middle and fight his way forward. Another very quality run. He'll get up to about the 35-yard line. Second down. Shotgun once again. The Seahawks looking to keep the momentum going. Micah Lance going to take the snap, and he's going to throw this one. Going to find a man complete. Jaden Gurley, who fights his way forward beyond the first down marker. So we'll get another first down at Atlantic Shores. Again, shotgun. Atlantic Shores offense is rolling right now. Lance going to take this one himself on the read option. He'll be thrown down by the defender for Blue Ridge, and a flag's going to come out. That's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on, I believe that's Vowden Sohn for Blue Ridge. Kind of did a little extracurricular after the tackle on Michael Lance. So that's going to be 15 and an automatic first down, I'd imagine. Refs are discussing it. Refs still talking it over. A windy night at the Sportsplex here tonight. And it will be 15 yards and an automatic first down, it looks like. I've got 64 degrees with no rain in the forecast whatsoever. Got some wind in the air. 8-mile-per-hour wind to be exact. And a beautiful fall night as we've entered well into October now. The time is flying away. So Atlantic Shores with great field position now. They're going to be at the Barron 15-yard line after the 15-yard penalty. A shotgun look. Once again, the same formation they've rolled with all drive so far. And getting a play call change from Coach Lance. Lance in the backfield. Takes the snap, gonna give it. Colbank fighting his way forward and into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Bradford Colbank maneuvering through the line and into the end zone with ease. 3 very quality runs for him on that drive and a very efficient possession for Atlantic Shores. We'll see what they want to do for this extra point try as they like to get a little tricky with it with their formation. Coach yells Gatorade, and it looks like Michael Lance is going to take an actual snap. The snap is high, and Lance got to drop back, and he's just going to throw up a prayer, and it'll be knocked away. So Atlantic Shores gets the touchdown, but will not capitalize on the, I think was designed, 2-point conversion. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick timeout before the next kickoff. We'll be right back after we hear from Cheek Joe's Pizza. We're back here live at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, home of CHKD Sports Medicine. Here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, home of CHKD Sports Medicine, as Atlantic Shore set to kick off once again. Zach Berry for the Seahawks. Not as much of an onside look this time, and there's going to be a slip up, and the Blue Ridge returner, Ty Collins, is going to get a nice gain on the kick. Not bad field position, going to start about their own 31-yard line. First down, Barons, and again, we apologize for any names we're missing tonight, as not too familiar with the Blue Ridge roster. We have a roster, but it's not very accurate, so we apologize. A pistol look for the Barons, and it'll be handed off. Running back gonna foot his way forward. A quality first down run, getting to about the 34-yard line, setting up for second down. So once again, pistol look for the Barons. Snap, going to be another handoff, and he's got some room to go. The running back for Blue Ridge this time going to fight past the first down marker, and just beyond the 45-yard line to the 46, and the Barons get their first down of the night. We're also asked this open to all of you who may be watching with us on Cova Sports TV YouTube. If you know some of these players' names that we're missing, specifically the quarterback for Blue Ridge, if you could drop a comment for us, that would be amazing, as we can try and clean some of this up. As another pistol look, Blue Ridge didn't really move the ball first possession, but now here they are. I've had a couple nice plays in a row. Quarterback's going to drop back and complete it to his man on the near side of the field, beyond the midfield stripe. We're missing that name as well, but setting up for a good second and medium, second and short. In fact, it looks like that was Jet Rose. Handoff, and once again, another quality run for Blue Ridge. Going to be short of the first down marker. It'll be third and about 2. Brad Colbank in on the tackle. Going to be third and short. Another pistol look. An interesting pistol look, by the way. Kind of in the depth of a shotgun, but you still have the running back in the backfield. This one's going to be pitched to the running back. He has nowhere to go. And thrown to the ground beyond the line of scrimmage. The Atlantic Shore's defensive line got through. Fourth and long, setting up for another punt look after a series of pretty nice quality plays for Blue Ridge. Nothing really doing. This punt gets off, and it'll be down by the Barons. They'll pick it up right around that 30-yard line. We're going to take another quick timeout. We'll be right back after this.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
We welcome you back here live on Cova Sports TV as the Atlantic Shore Seahawks leading 6-0 after their first possession touchdown. And the Seahawks now back on offense. Quarterback Michael Lance going to drop back on this first play, and he's looking deep. He has a man, and he's wide open, complete. There he goes, down the sideline. Ben Salee. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ben Salee, wide open, completely beat the man coverage. As open as he'll ever be for a pass. And Lake Shores takes the 2-possession lead. They're already set for the extra point. Blue Ridge hadn't even made it back to the line of scrimmage yet. And now the ref will give the whistle. Can't really go no huddle on an extra point try. And this one going to be an interesting trick play. Michael Lance throws. Ben Salee. But there is a flag on the field. If I had to guess, this is going to be something to do with illegal formation or illegal man downfield, as that is a very weird play. Coach Wayne Lance explains they're all eligible to the ref. That's his plea. Very weird trick play. Involves some pitching, a throw. See what refs have to say. If it stands, that's 2 points for Atlantic Shores. They're back on track at 14-0. Referee explaining to Coach Lance something. Can't make out exactly what it is. Here's the call from the white hat. It'll be illegal formation on the Seahawks, so they're going to have to do that over. So this time it's more of a normal look for Atlantic Shores. A lot of movement before the snap. Trying to get set. The play clock has got to be running low, I'd imagine. So a shotgun look, very bunched up. A lot of offensive linemen. Lance going to drop back. Rolls to his left, throws towards the end zone, incomplete. You couldn't reel it in, the receiver. That was, again, Ben Salee. So 12-0 as the Seahawks hold their lead over the Barons with 3:56 to go in the first quarter. We're going to take another timeout. We'll be back after this on Cova Sports TV.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
One life, one inspired life. We're here to help. Start your new membership today at any one of our 8 convenient Hampton Roads locations, or go online at onelifefitness.com to claim a free trial pass. Again, that is onelifefitness.com, a proud sponsor here on Cova Sports TV. As we resume play here, Atlantic Shores holds the lead 12-0 over the Blue Ridge Barons. As the kickoff for Atlantic Shore is going to be caught by a Baron. And he's got some room to go. There goes the returner into Seahawk territory. Again, we're missing that name. We apologize. But a great return at that. I can also speak on behalf of the PA announcers as well. We're missing a lot of names. They're missing some too. So they're into Seahawk territory at the 29. A great start as far as field position goes for the Barons, as this one will be handed off and they'll gain not even a yard back to the line of scrimmage. Levi Belford in on the tackle for the Seahawks. This handoff, a nice run and fighting forward. Number 7 for the Barons. Benjamin Morgan on the carry there for the Barons. So another pistol look. This one will be handed off and thrown down. Looked like Corey Shorts potentially on the carry. Fourth down and short for the Barons. It's going to be handed off, and he'll be thrown down way before the line of scrimmage. And a turnover on downs. The Seahawks forcing the fourth down turnover. The turnover on downs. We'll keep it right here. They're going to have first down in their own territory. So Lakeshore starting their drive. Will throw over to Josh Sibley, who fights his way forward. Still on his feet. And he will gain very close to the first down marker, about 9 on the play. Some whistles from the refs. The chains had to move, so it was a first down. We got flags on the field. It's going to be an offsides on the defense. That'll be 5 yards. Michael Lance going to take this one himself on the speed option, fighting forward. And another efficient play for the Seahawks. It'll be second and very short, I believe. Very close to first down marker. Looks like they will mark him just inches. No, they will move the chain. So first down, Seahawks. The Barons coming off of a state championship last year. Perfect season as this one's pitched over. Colbank will kind of slide down. So Atlantic Shore second and long. Lance going to find his teammate. That's Callan Williams. The first time I've called his name tonight. We'll get about 4 on the play. Ref moved the spot a little bit. 3rd and 6 for the Seahawks. Lance tries a hard count, nothing doing. And it will be a timeout called. Or no, excuse me, it'll be the end of the first quarter. So that will do it for the first quarter. Atlantic Shores leads this one 12-0. We'll be back with more action in just a moment after this on Cova Sports TV.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Yes!
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Boom. Wait. First down. Let's go.
Touchdown, Texas! Any gate can be a tailgate.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV for our high school football action. Atlantic Shores leads at 12-0 over the Barons of Blue Ridge. It's 3rd down and 6. Michael Lance got to take the read option, and he has some room to go. There goes Michael Lance diving forward and past the first down marker into Baron territory, and a great run for coach's son there, Michael Lance. Atlantic Shores getting the first down. Now this handoff going about a yard or so. Brad Colbank again. And Colbank slow to get up, and he's going to get checked on by trainers. While we've got a moment, let's take a look at some of the scores around the area. Our first update of the night, haven't really taken a look. Over on the peninsula, Warwick and Woodside tied 0-0 at the end of the first. Towards the end of the first, Kempsville leads over Ocean Lakes 14-0. Sussex Central leads 6-0 over Windsor. Booker T. Washington, after taking an absolute beating to Maury last week, leads over Granby in the Eastern Division 7-0. I'd say that was insane. Booker T. Washington lost 91-0 to the Maury Commodores last week. That's about as bad of a score gap as you'll ever see. York leads over Tab 7-0. Nans River and Indian River, a very big matchup in the Southeastern District, as the Warriors lead over the Braves 7-6. Kings Fork and Western Ranch, one of the biggest rivalries in that Southeastern District. Kings Fork leads 7-0 with just under 8 minutes to play in the first quarter. Some of these updates a bit old. Lansdowne leads over Green Run 7-0 with just under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. I'm sure that'll change really quickly. a really exciting game last week for Green Run as they played against the Salem Sun Devils. The Green Run Stallions have not lost a game in Beach District play in 3 years, and the streak was almost broken last week. Salem came as close as anybody has in the last 3 years, but lost on a last-second touchdown from Green Run. Couldn't make a Hail Mary happen, was intercepted. So Green Run staying alive as they continue their undefeated streak for multiple years in a row in the Beach, and that was probably their biggest test left on the schedule, so I'd imagine they will complete the year again not having a loss. We're back here now. Atlantic Shores has 2nd and long, and this handoff going to go to John Colbank, Brad's brother, and he's going to fight forward just before the first down marker, making it 3rd and short for the Seahawks. Third and 1 for the Seahawks. John Colbank in the backfield with Micah Lance. 2 receivers on the bottom of your screen, 1 towards the top. Still getting a call from Coach Wayne Lance. And we'll get a timeout called by Coach Wayne Lance. So Atlantic Shores taking a timeout. We'll be taking a timeout with them, and we're going to hear from one of our sponsors really quick. And we'll be back right here in just a moment on Cova Sports TV.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why there's CHKD Sports Medicine. Advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV as the Atlantic Shore Seahawks hold a 12-0 lead over the Blue Ridge Barons with just over 10 minutes to play in this second quarter. 3rd and short. Michael Lance going to hand this one off, and there he goes. Lots of room to run. John Colbank fighting his way inside the 5-yard line. John Colbank usually not getting as much playing time as his brother, Brad Colbank. Not at running back, that is, anyways. Both the two Colbanks have had quite a few reps. And they'll be at about the 8-yard line, the Barron 8-yard line, for 1st and goal. Handoff. John Colbank will get a couple yards on the play inside the 5 now. Shotgun. Lance will take it himself. Read option to the right. Has all the room and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Micah Lance rushes into the end zone for the 3rd Atlantic Shore touchdown of the night. They now hold an 18-0 lead over the Barons. Something Atlantic Shores loves to see, I'm sure. After losing a couple years in a row to Blue Ridge, they hold an 18-0 lead so far. As it's going to be a 2-point conversion try. Lance throws this one. And the ball is caught. A great catch for Colin Williams. So Atlantic Shores will get the 2-point try. They now lead 20-0. We'll take another timeout, and we'll be right back in just a moment right here on Cova Sports TV.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV. We thank each and every one of you for tuning in with us tonight, as it's a beautiful night for Friday Night Lights. Lots of action going on across Hampton Roads and across the entire state. I'm Jack Lowe, your play-by-play commentator tonight, alongside our camera operator tonight, Mason Yoder, and all the people doing it behind the scenes, and Chuck Thornton, Dick Sensi, Garrett Jackson, and much more, as this kickoff going to be received for the Barons, a name we are missing. But Atlantic Shores got their 2-point try. They now hold a 20-0 lead, and I really expected Blue Ridge to come out a bit hotter than they have, and maybe they will now. So the Barons going to start their third offensive drive. Have had nothing doing yet. Atlantic Shores defense has been on point. You see Josh Sibley there in the slot at corner. Had a great play to start the game, making a tackle for loss, and he's been outstanding all night. Then you got Michael Lance at safety, the quarterback. Hasn't really had anything given up. And that defensive line, as they've been pretty good all season, has been outstanding so far tonight, shutting down the run for the Barons. Be a shotgun look. Quarterback drops the snap, picks it back up, and now he's going to take off to the far side of the field and be forced out of bounds, and turns a almost disaster into a somewhat positive play. Second down and medium. The Barons trying to get on the board for the first time tonight. Quarterback going to drop back, and he's looking deep to the far side of the field, and the ball is reeled in bounds, and a huge completion to Yariel Cruz. Yo-Yo Cruz, they like to call him. And a first down for the Barons. A great pass there, and the best play at that so far tonight for the Barons. We got people jumping, and the flag will come out. I think that's going to go against the Seahawks, and it will. So it'll be 5 yards added on for Blue Ridge. So play resumes. This one handed off to the tailback, Benjamin Morgan, gaining about a yard on the play. Second down and medium. Levi Belford once again getting in on the tackle. Shotgun look for the Barons. Quarterback going to drop back, moving around in the pocket, trying to find some space to breathe, and he'll step up in the pocket, but will still lose a half a yard, making it third down and medium. Atlantic Shores making a couple subs. 3rd and 5. Coach Lance telling them, watch the hard count, and he is right. They could easily just try and draw him off sides to get the first down that way, not have to run a play. We'll see what Blue Ridge elects to do in their pistol look once again. Quarterback going to drop back, trying to find a man. He's looking towards the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Barons. Yo-Yo Cruz on the touchdown reception. And Blue Ridge finally gets on the board, making it 20-6 with the extra point pending. We'll see what they elect to do. Some of these high school teams don't have a lot of trust in their kicker. They'll go for two, but Blue Ridge is more than willing to kick. We haven't seen Atlantic Shores try a field goal yet tonight. So the extra point try for Blue Ridge is up. A line drive will miss the upright, so that's big for Atlantic Shores as they hold out a 14-point lead over Blue Ridge. With that being said, with 6:53 remaining in the second quarter, we're going to take another timeout. We'll be back for the kickoff after this on Cova Sports TV.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you'll ever see.
And as you can see, me and you are both having trouble starting to talk.
Yep.
I mean, this is something that you're breathing in every day.
Yeah. Like 50% of the air in the house
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
is coming from down here.
Yes, sir.
How's your crawl space looking? You said we're going to be here a while.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get busy.
Get a free and honest inspection with JES Foundation Repair, a groundworks company.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV. We thank all of you for listening and watching with us tonight as the Atlantic Shore Seahawks hold their 20-6 lead over Blue Ridge. Blue Ridge finally getting on the board after a touchdown pass to Yo-Yo Cruz, who reeled it in. There's another deep play as well earlier in the drive for Blue Ridge that was able to put them closer. Yo-Yo Cruz on the receiving end for that one as well. As this kick, we got some whistles as he was going to kick. Referee's talking something over maybe. At the end of the first quarter, Booker T. Washington does hold that 7-0 lead over Granby, by the way. Over in the Beach District, Salem holding a lead over Kellam 7-0. Again, they had a heartbreaking loss, the Green Run, last week, so trying to get back at Kellam. Kellam's had a pretty successful season so far. Pocosin holding a lead over Gloucester 20-6 with just under 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. Smithfield leading over Grafton 14-0. King William leads over Halifax County 21-3. Just over 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Lafayette leads Jamestown 20-0 at Jamestown with 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. That kick's going to go out of bounds. That'll be a kick out of bounds penalty. Churchland leads over Norcom 3-0. They've had a strong year so far, and Norcom hasn't looked too bad either. That one taking place over in Portsmouth right now, the end of the first quarter at Norcom. Nance River, early second quarter, still holds a lead over Indian River 7-6. That's about all the updates we have for you so far tonight. It's a fun night of Friday Night Lights here in the 757. Lots of great matchups going on. End of the first quarter, Green Run still, or is tied now with Lansdowne 7-7. I don't expect that score to be similar in a few minutes when we check back on it. I think Green Run's going to start pulling away any minute now and settle in as Green Run normally does. Here we go, shotgun for the Seahawks as they look to gain back their 3-possession lead. A handoff and all over the place. The defensive line for Blue Ridge. Nothing doing on the handoff to Brad Colbank, who, by the way, went down last possession. It seems as though he's okay, something to do with his foot. But his brother, John Colbank, came into the game and got some reps and had a couple really great rushes for the Seahawks to pick up the slack. Blue Ridge traveling a long ways to get here for this game tonight. Problem with some of the divisions that go on with the private schools. There are some far travels. They're not the only school where there's a far thing happening as a flag comes out. And I think the delay of game on the Seahawks. So that'll back them up 5. As if you're looking, as Michael Lance takes the snap and he's gonna try and take off himself, makes one man miss. There he goes, fighting forward, close to the first down marker. A great run for him. If you're looking to make the trip to Blue Ridge right now to the Blue Ridge School, you're staring down about 3 hours and 39 minutes. So a long road to get here for Blue Ridge. And I'm sure each school really enjoys when they are the home team for this matchup, as it's a far road. And Blue Ridge, really, that's tough for a lot of games they have to play. When they have to play Nansman Suffolk, it's just as far. Roanoke Catholic is way out there as well for some of these schools to have to travel. Lance runs the speed option, going to take it himself and fight forward and kind of fall backwards right before the 50-yard line and it to the 49. Kind of an interesting way he fell. So first down, Seahawks. Lance gonna throw, finds his man complete. Trez Williams, we haven't called his name tonight, as he's been getting most of the carries early in the season, but hasn't been as prevalent as of late, with Brad Colbank getting a lot of carries. Second down and 6 for the Seahawks. Shotgun again. Brad Colbank in the backfield with Lance to his right. 2 receivers on the right side of the field, 1 on the left. Lance going to hand this one to Brad Colbank, who almost gets stripped, but it does a great job with the ball security and still fighting his way forward and past the first down marker for another Atlantic Shore first down. Atlantic Shores has had their way offensively tonight. Defensively, they've been pretty good too, just giving up the touchdown last possession. Michael Lance in the shotgun. Gonna hand this off. And once again, this time, gonna be John Colbank, who gets a great gain on the play of about 5 yards. Second down and short. Cheerleaders chanting to rock with the green and roll with the blue. I've got to say, I don't know as much about the basketball team, but as far as football goes for Atlantic Shores, we got a flag coming out. That'll be a false start. I've never seen a part of any uniform combo for Atlantic Shores any green pulled out. I think it'd be an interesting look if they tried it, but their blue and black has looked great all season, and it has been for the last few years that I've been covering them. Be interesting to see some green induced into their uniforms, though. Meanwhile, we've got second down and long. Green run scores a touchdown in Virginia Beach. They now lead Lansdowne 14-7. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter in that one. Lance going to drop back, and he's looking deep. That one's just going to be thrown away. No flags on the play. He was trying to find slot guy Josh Sibley. Nothing doing. So we'll have 3rd and long. Just under 2.5 minutes to play here at the Sportsplex. Atlantic Shores leads 20-6. Lance gonna run the speed option, gonna pitch it to Colbank, who breaks one tackle, spins out of another one. There goes Colbank. Brad Colbank, that is. And we'll pick up the first down for the Seahawks as they continue to move the ball. This one going to be handed to Colbank. Once again, Brad Colbank. Nowhere to go this time. Good job by the interior defensive line for Blue Ridge. Donovan Towns in on the tackle. Or excuse me, Carter Reynolds on the tackle. Again, we have a lot of mix-ups on our roster sheet here. Lance gonna hand this one off, and again met where he's at. Brad Colbank nowhere to go, and now the Barons defensive line with a couple nice plays in a row. Third and 10 for Atlantic Shores. Lance in the shotgun. Taking his time. Blue Ridge, bring the blitz. Lance drops back, throwing deep. Josh Sibley is going to be overthrown. So we'll get 4th and long from the Baron 28-yard line. I'd imagine Coach Lance will go for this. They haven't even kicked an extra point yet tonight. I don't know what would make them try an actual field goal. So the offense staying out there. So Lance gonna drop back, 4th down. Looking across the middle, caught, Colin Williams stays on his feet and into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Colin Williams. Was kind of a wobbly pass from Lance across the middle, kind of floated it in there. Found Williams, who got the catch and fought his way forward. Breaking a tackle, and a great job by him. So Michael Lance going to take the snap and throw. It's going to be picked off by a Blue Ridge player, so no 2-point conversion this time. A lot of trick plays coming out of that 2-point conversion set for Atlantic Shores. So Atlantic Shores leads at 26-6. 47 seconds remain in this second quarter. We're going to take one final timeout before we go to the end of the first half right here on Cova Sports TV. back here live on Cova Sports TV. We thank all of you for tuning in tonight as the Atlantic Shore Seahawks hold their lead over the Blue Ridge Barons after another touchdown. This time a pass to Colin Williams on 4th down. And this one going off the player, and there was flags on the field as it was being kicked, unfortunately. That would have been a beautiful kick for Atlantic Shores to get the ball. We've seen that in college and in the pros as of late, kind of try and kick it off of a player. And Atlantic Shores was offsides on the kickoffs. That's just unfortunate. Now, Blue Ridge going to be watching out for that. So we'll try this kick again. .47 seconds remain in this second quarter and this first half. Zach Berry to kick for the Seahawks, and he'll just kick this one deep like a normal kickoff. Goes through the legs of a Blue Ridge Baron, but gets in the hands of another one, has some room to go, and will be brought down by a handful of Seahawks. Leading the tackle there was Grayson Shipman, the freshman for Atlantic Shores, playing his first season in a Seahawk uniform. And with 39 seconds to go, a great return for Blue Ridge. They're in Seahawk territory at about the 40-yard line. Excuse me, the 45. They have a nice opportunity to try and make something happen here. So the Blue Ridge offense will trot out onto the field with their play call. Atlantic Shores showing a deep zone, not trying to give up anything over the top. 3 people on the line. See if they bring a linebacker down. They won't. So only bringing 3 in the pass rush. Quarterback for Blue Ridge rolling up and in and gaining a couple yards on the play. Timeout called by Blue Ridge. Let's get an update on some scores around the area. A lot of great football tonight in the 757 Friday Night Lights. We've reached halftime in the Beach. Salem leads over Kellam 7-0. A very fun one at that so far. By the way, the game between Kecoughtan and Hampton that was supposed to be at 12 o'clock tomorrow at noon at Darling Stadium has been moved to 10 o'clock in the morning due to a lot of rain in the forecast. So they moved the time up a bit. Green Run holds their lead over Lansdowne now 21-7 with 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Churchland extending their lead over Norcom 10-0 with 4.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Pocosin absolutely bringing it to Gloucester 33-6, 5.5 minutes to play in the second. Nansemond River extends their lead over Indian River 13-6, 7:54 to go in the second quarter. So a fun one in the Southeastern District. That's about all the scores we got for you right now, as quarterback for Blue Ridge just going to dump it off to his running back, who he pushed in. No, they're going to say out of bounds. They'll stop the clock. Looked like he might have been pushed in bounds. Brought down in bounds at that. So Blue Ridge getting the clock stopped. They must be taking a timeout because there's about 6 coaches on the field, so I expect that means they took a timeout. The refs just didn't signal it. We're going to take a quick one with them and hear about John's tax service. We'll be back after this on Cova Sports TV.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
John's Tax Service is a proud community supporter of local youth sports, providing tax preparation and retirement planning services. John's Tax Service and JPM Financial Services have been serving all of Hampton Roads for over 20 years. We're the best thanks to you, John's Tax Service. We thank them for being a sponsor here on Cova Sports TV. Quarterback going to drop back for Blue Ridge, and he'll be brought down. Josh Long gets the sack for the Seahawks. A very big play and a timeout called again by Blue Ridge. 14 seconds remain. I believe that is their final timeout of the half. Huge sack for Josh Long. We'll keep it right here. 14 seconds remain. The Seahawks look to defend. I'm sure we'll probably, it's second and long. We'll say maybe a Hail Mary try, but I guess not. Maybe try and run a play to the sideline, and then you get your Hail Mary try. I don't know the range of this Blue Ridge kicker, but maybe you could get it within range for a kick, although the extra point was kind of a line drive. Didn't look very impressive. We want to remind you, every day is sweet when we're serving you Blizzard treats like M&M's, cookie dough, Reese's, and Oreo fudge brownie. Thanks for being fans for all these years, and here's so many more. Dairy Queen, Lansdowne, fan food, not fast food. I gotta say about the Oreo Reese's situation, I've heard that over at Dairy Queen, if you go now, there's now a new Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Oreo flavored combined. So you definitely want to go check that out over at DQ, the one nearest you. Quarterback gonna drop back for Blue Ridge. He's looking deep towards the end zone, gonna be overthrown. 8 seconds remain. They'll get a third down try, and he kind of had his man open there. Not a terrible look, just gotta complete it. 8 seconds to go. They'll get one final heave here, and then it'll be fourth down. I would expect a punt. Trips to the left. Blue Ridge. One final heave before the end of the half. Quarterback drops back, moves around the pocket, and he's just going to take off himself with room to run. Makes one man miss. Still fighting, and the clock has expired as he's been brought down. So that'll do it for the first half of play here at the Sportsplex. The Atlantic Shore Seahawks lead it 26-6. We'll be back with some action and some updates before the second half begins, but first we'll take another timeout right here on Cova Sports TV.
Yes!
Oh,
here we go. Here we go. Boom.
Wait.
First down. Let's go.
Touchdown, Texas!
Any gate can be a tailgate.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
A history of winning started with the 65 Gators losing steam, losing sweat.
We've identified the problem. What is the solution?
A drink scientifically designed to hydrate better than water, so they could sweat more, win more, and change the game forever.
Boom, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
The town story for me is really about connecting with our members in a way that's different from the other banks. What's consistently found at Town Bank? It's a company built on employees that really want to help make a difference in people's lives. From day one, this company was built on a culture of caring. A foundation has not changed. We're still built on caring and helping others.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why there's CHKD Sports Medicine. Advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Everyone's getting toasted at Jimmy John's. I mean, sandwiches.
It's 757 Saturday Sports Talk with Matt Hatfield and the one and only Coach Ed Young, every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. on Cova Sports TV. From high school football and basketball to the NFL, MLB, college sports, and the NBA, if it's making headlines, they are breaking it down. Bold takes, big-time guests, and a few laughs, especially at the expense of that basketball coach Ed Young. Catch it on Cox TV and your view, and don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube at Cova Sports TV.
Authentic Italian cuisine can be found in just one place in Hampton Roads, Il Giardino Ristorante in Virginia Beach. Il Giardino offers veal, seafood, chicken, pasta, vegetarian, and pizza creations. Add the sounds of the piano bar and lounge, and it's no wonder Il Giardino is such a popular local spot. Open daily at 5 p.m.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you'll ever see.
And as you can see, me and you are both having trouble starting to talk.
Yep.
I mean, this is something that you're breathing in every day.
Yeah. Like 50% of the air in the house?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is coming from down here.
Yes, sir.
How's your crawl space looking? You say we're going to be here a while.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get busy.
Get a free and honest inspection with JES Foundation Repair, a Groundworks company.
Yes!
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Boom. First down. Let's go.
Rosen's on top! Touchdown, Texas!
Any gate can be a tailgate.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
history of winning started with the 65 Gators losing steam, losing sweat.
We've identified the problem. What is the solution?
A drink scientifically designed to hydrate better than water, so they could sweat more, win more, and change the game forever.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why there's CHKD Sports Medicine. Advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV as it is halftime here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, home of CHKD Sports Medicine, as the Atlantic Shore Seahawks lead 26-6 as a reminder, as we have just under 2.5 minutes to go until the second half begins. So we'll be back with the second half action and more in just a moment after this, right here on Cova Sports TV.
The town story for me is really about connecting with our members in a way that's different from the other banks. What's consistently found at Town Bank, it's a company built on employees that really want to help make a difference in people's lives. From day one, this company was built on a culture of caring. A foundation has not changed. We're still built on caring and helping others.
history of winning started with the 65 Gators losing steam, losing sweat.
We've identified the problem. What is the solution?
A drink scientifically designed to hydrate better than water, so they could sweat more, win more, and change the game forever.
Boom, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there, because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV. We welcome all of you here into the broadcast booth. I'm Jack Lowe, your play-by-play commentator, alongside our camera operator tonight, Mason Yoder, and all the people doing it behind the scenes here at the Sportsplex. Chuck Thornton, Nick Senti, Garrett Jackson, Des McEwen, and much more. They're saying that Lakeshore D was down there for Trey Williams. So Lakeshores will start out right around that 22-yard line, it looks like. We welcome you all in here. The Lakeshores holds their lead 26-6. It's been a fun one thus far. Lakeshore's offense looking the best it has all season, in my opinion, from what I've seen. As Lakeshore starts their first offense possession of the drive. Some updates while we were in halftime. So Lakershore's their first play. Michael Lance going to pitch this one over to Colbank, who gets past one defender and still fighting forward, out of bounds for a Seahawk first down. Indian River's all knotted up with Nansen River 13-13 with 29 seconds to play in the second quarter as a Barron goes down. Maury, by the way, coming off of their 91-0 victory last week. They're playing against Norview this week, and Maury, the Commodores, are leading Norview at the half 52-0 at halftime. So the Commodores are doing their thing once again, and you know, you love to see it if you're a Commodore fan, but my goodness, from a neutral fan perspective, it's something else. I mean, what Maury is doing is something that the 757 has not seen since maybe the Ocean Lakes days, back in the 2010s. So, as for Booker T. Washington and Granby, we're all tied up 7-7 at the half. Western Branch holds a lead over the Kings Fork Bulldogs. That's kind of an upset look if they can hold on, as they lead 14-7. Those two rivals going way back between Suffolk and Chesapeake. Also at the half, Green Run leads Lansdowne 21-7. Lafayette is absolutely laying it on to Jamestown 41-0. Just under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Tab leading York 10-7. Warwick leading over Woodside 14-0. Lake Taylor trying to get back. They lead Manor 22-18. 2 minutes 46 seconds remaining in the second quarter of that one. That's about all we've got for you right now. As still limping off the field is the injured player. We'll take another quick timeout while we wait for him to get off the field and get reset right here on Cova Sports TV.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happy.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV, and a problem with the snap, and that one's going to be recovered by the Barons. Blue Ridge recovers the mishandle by Michael Lance. And the Barons have outstanding field position to try and cut this lead to 2 possessions potentially. So the Barons with an opportunity at hand on the offensive side of the ball. They need to take advantage, and they're going to look in this pistol set. This handoff, fight forward for a couple yards for Blue Ridge. A nice gain, getting over 5 on the play, maybe 6. And another great play for the Barons, working all the way to almost the 10-yard line, and they are rolling. First down for the Barons. They will have a chance to get another first down before the goal line. Fans getting a bit loud here at Atlantic Shores, trying to cheer on their Seahawks. Another carry for the Barons, getting about halfway there, 2nd and short, inside the 5-yard line at about the 3. They're getting real close. About the 4. Man goes in motion. Handoff. The receiver has nowhere to go and will be brought down way behind the line of scrimmage. Josh Sibley in on the tackle once again. He's had a nice night defensively for the Seahawks. Shotgun, quarterback going to drop back, and he's looking towards the end zone and will overthrow his receiver. Nothing doing on that one. And we will get 4th down and long. A big, big play incoming here for Blue Ridge, as I expect them to be going for this. 3 would only cut it to keep it 3 possessions, as well as we haven't seen their kicker really make anything deep yet, or make anything at that. Shotgun for Blue Ridge. 4th down and long. Quarterback drops back. Has plenty of time. Lakeshore's pass rush bringing 4. And the ball is loose. And either way, it's going to be Atlantic Shores football. I thought it would be an incomplete pass, but it looks like they'll call it a fumble. Atlantic Shores all over it, and we'll get a turnover. And not what the Barons were looking for there, although Atlantic Shores will be starting pretty deep in their own territory. The 4 pass rushers took a little bit of time, but finally got there, and a big play forced by the Shores defense. Refs are discussing. If you're at the Shores, you'd probably rather it be an incomplete pass. You get a slightly better field position. And it looks like they might be moving them up. Let's see, the referee's still discussing. So Lake Shores starting at their own 7-yard line as they hold a 26-6 lead. Lance, play fake. Gonna find his receiver complete. That looks like Colin Williams getting a nice gain on the play. Or in fact, that was Trey Williams. And Michael Lance going to take off on his own. Getting close to the first down marker. He might be just short. Let's see what the referees say. They will say he got it. First down, Atlantic Shores. Michael Lance taking off once again for the Seahawks. He's done that a couple times tonight. First down, Seahawks. At the half, Indian River and Anns River, it's all tied up at 13. A really fun one going down in Suffolk right now between the Braves and the Warriors. This handoff by Colbank is going to go a couple yards before being met by an entire pile of defenders as Lake Taylor holds a bigger lead now over Manor, 30-18 at the half. Smithfield now leads Grafton 20-7, 35 seconds remain in the second quarter. Kempsville leads over Ocean Lakes 14-12, a very fun one brewing over there in Ocean Lakes. Early third quarter in that one. Shotgun Lance going to take the snap, drop back, and he's going to float one deep, and he's going to overthrow his receiver. Looked like Eric Scott, the intended receiver. Excuse me, Jaden Gurley, the intended receiver. And a rough incompletion there as he had him wide open. That would have been the second time they'd have found somebody that open, that deep. Instead, it's going to be 3rd and long now. Lance takes the snap. It's going to be that option once again. Lance going to take it himself and be brought down by a couple of Baron defenders. He got heaved down. Now it's 4th down. So punt team on for the first time tonight for Atlantic Shores as they still lead 26-6, 7.5 minutes play and running. This punt kind of a line drive, unsuccessful. Going to be taken by the Blue Ridge returner. And he'll be met by a couple Seahawk defenders. Brad Colbank getting in on the tackle there for the Seahawks. By the way, an update in college football. A fun one tonight out of the American Conference on ESPN2. 24 ranked South Florida going into the University of North Texas. They're all tied up 14-14, 9.5 minutes to play in that one. It's been a fun one so far over in North Texas. I'm told the first ever sellout crowd at the University of North Texas football. So that is outstanding for them, and it's been a fun one. The University of South Florida just scored to tie it up. So a fun one in the American and very big implications for what could possibly transpire later in the season with the championship game on the line as handoff to Benjamin Morgan going nowhere, getting back to the original line of scrimmage at that. A lot of fun college football this year. South Florida made a couple upsets happen early in the year. North Texas 5-0 on the year after losing their quarterback star quarterback Chandler Morris, who was really good for them last season, who just transferred to the University of Virginia, who's kind of balling out with the Cavaliers now. But despite that, North Texas still looking like one of the premier teams in the American Conference and one of the premier teams in the group of 5 schools to begin with. And we get a timeout called by the Blue Ridge Barons, so we'll take one with them and hear from one of our sponsors. We'll be right back in just a moment on Cova Sports TV.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV. A pass was incomplete, overthrown by the quarterback for Blue Ridge. Was a great look. Receivers wide open, just overthrew him. So we want to remind you, Chicho's, your way, 9 locations and counting here in Hampton Roads. Chicho's Pizza. Pizza, wings, salads, wraps, calzones, and much more. Come for the food. Stay for the experience. Chicho's, food, family fun. Go get you some Chicho's Pizza. Some of the best you can find in Hampton Roads. As it's a play fake, quarterback for Blue Ridge going to find his receiver complete along the sideline. He'll be ruled out, but he did get the first down. Also, if you go to Chicho's on Wednesday nights, they have 99-cent wing night. You definitely want to take advantage of that as well. Man in motion. Handoff and a nice run for Benjamin Morgan, who's been pretty effective for the Barons so far. They've had a couple nice possessions, just haven't been able to piece together points, haven't really played complementary football. That cliche saying that a lot of coaches across high school, professional, and college like to use. They're going to be just short of the first down marker. 2nd and inches. This throw going to be dropped completely by the receiver for Blue Ridge, and no Lennox Shore Seahawk to be seen, but could have easily been a disaster the way the ball was tipped up. I can overhear Coach Wayne Lance telling his son Micah, if he goes over to the zone he's supposed to be in, it's a pick 6 potentially. Another handoff will get the first down on 3rd down for the Barons. Pistol. Handoff to the running back, and once again, Benjamin Morgan, excuse me, getting about 5 on the carry. This one going to be pitched to the left to Ben Morgan. Pocosa now holds their lead over Gloucester 47-6, 3:51 and running to go in the third quarter. In that one over in Gloucester, Kempsville still leads over Ocean Lakes 14-12. This one dumped off over and a good completion. Blue Ridge getting inside the 5-yard line and trying to make this a 2-possession game. They're close. So, some discussion with a flag on the field. And they're going to back up the Barons here. 15 yards for a personal foul call, it sounds like. By the way, the Bulldogs of Kings Fork just scored their second touchdown of the game, 9.5 minutes to play. So they're all tied up with Western Branch and Suffolk right now. 9.5 minutes to go in the third. Very exciting one over in Suffolk at Kings Fork. Coach Joffrey battling Coach Cook. They've had some great battles over the last few years. Kings Fork has had Western Branch's number completely multiple years in a row now, as this one's going to be pitched over to the left and nothing really doing. David Ortell trying to make a statement as the junior quarterback for Western Branch. Recent news for them, CJ Frazier, who's committed to play his college football at the Naval Academy at the University of Navy, is out for the season with his wrist injury. One of the best pieces for Western Branch, so tough blow for them. Pistol look for Blue Ridge. Quarterback going to drop back and roll to his right. He's got a couple people chasing him. He rolls and still running and throws it forward. It'll be an incomplete pass. His receiver wasn't really looking. Josh Sibley was right there on the coverage. We'll get 3rd and long now. This just in early third quarter, just getting back from the break. Maury Commodores have scored again. They now lead 58-0 over Norview as they continue to score. Kempsville's also scored a touchdown. They lead over Ocean Lakes 21-12. Pass. Quarterback finding his receiver complete. And they will get the first down. 1st and goal for the Barons. So 1st and goal for the Barons. They try to cut this lead down. Handoff. Completely stuffed. Morgan had nowhere to go. I formation. Handoff. Finding his way towards the end zone. And in. Benjamin Morgan. Touchdown. Blue Ridge. Cutting the lead to 14. And keeping their hopes alive. They'll go for 2 here as they missed a line drive extra point earlier tonight. This one handed off to the fullback, who has nowhere to go, so no good, but it's still a 14-point lead at that. So we'll take a quick timeout before we get back for kickoff. We'll be right back after this on Cova Sports TV.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV. We welcome all of you in tonight as Atlantic Shores leads Blue Ridge 26-12 with just over 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. So it's been a fun one tonight. The Barons just getting on the board recently after a back and forth third quarter of a couple turnovers, and the ball falls off the tee, so we'll reset the kickoff. I'm Jack Lowe, your play-by-play commentator tonight, alongside Mason Yoder, our camera operator, and all the people doing it behind the scenes here on Cova Sports TV and the Sportsplex. Chuck Thornton, Nick Sensi, Garrett Jackson, Kayla Hodge, Dennis McCune, and so much more, as well as our man Eli, as this one is sent and caught by Trey Williams for the Seahawks. Just over 2 minutes to play in this third quarter. Seahawks trying to extend their lead. They only lead 14 over Blue Ridge at the minute. They once held a lead 26-6. And the snap is bad. Michael Lance chases it down. Still doesn't have the ball. Blue Ridge picks it up and into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Ridge. A bad mistake by the Seahawks. That's the second bad snap we've seen in this quarter. And Blue Ridge takes advantage, and just like that, we have a one-possession ball game with the snap of a finger. 18-26. This two-point conversion is vital for Blue Ridge. So two-point conversion, I formation, handoff, and stuffed is Ben Morgan. So no two-point conversion, but it is an 8-point game, and Blue Ridge is back in the game. We'll bring you more action after this on Cova Sports TV.
The town story for me is really about connecting with our members in a way that's different from the other banks. What's consistently found at Town Bank, it's a company built on employees that really want to help make a difference in people's lives. From day one, this company was built on a culture of caring. A foundation has not changed. We're still built on caring and helping others.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV as Atlantic Shores, with a vital mistake, the second mishandled snap of the quarter, leads to a scoop and score touchdown for the Blue Ridge Barons. And now it's an 8-point game in a game that was led by Atlantic Shores by 3 possessions for a long time. And now Blue Ridge knocking on the door, one defensive stop away from potentially tying this one up. They will need a 2-point conversion if they score. But for now, Colin Williams takes the kickoff for Atlantic Shores and will be met by a lot. And this sideline for the Barons is hyped. That coaching staff getting into it, trying to push their team to making another stop. And it's getting exciting here at the Sportsplex. We hope all of you are tuned in as we've got a fun one. 141 remains in this third quarter. Shotgun for Michael Lance. They're going to be extra careful with the snap this time. Lance takes the snap, throws it over to Colin Williams on the near side of the field, who gains a couple yards. Very far throw for Michael Lance. We've got whistles, a player down for the Barons. We're going to take a timeout while they check the injured player. We'll be back after this on Cova Sports TV.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why there's CHKD Sports Medicine. Advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV. Wide receiver screen thrown over to Colin Williams on the near side of the field, who will get the first down. And Atlantic Shores moving the football after a terrible turnover. We welcome you in tonight. And some movement on the line. I think this is going to go against Blue Ridge, and it will. An encroachment call that'll move Atlantic Shores up 5 yards. Not what you're looking for Blue Ridge defense. There's still a minute to go in the third quarter, so we still have plenty of time. Blue Ridge definitely looking to get a stop here, though. Would be huge for the Barons. And this one going nowhere. Josh Sibley tackled for a complete loss. Or no, they'll give him some forward progress for a couple yards. Second down and 3. Trying to get the play call. Atlantic Shores checking with Coach Lance. Michael Lance joined by Colbank in the backfield. Lance going to take it himself on the read option towards the near side and will be wrapped around and brought down. Ball comes out of bounds, and he will get the first down. So another Seahawk first down. Things getting really exciting. 11 seconds to go. The third quarter clock does stop with the play going out of bounds. Shotgun going quickly is Atlantic Shores. And getting a new play call. 11:49 to go in the fourth quarter. Salem still leads Kellam 7-0. A defensive battle over there at Kellam High School. As this play not really going anywhere for Atlantic Shores. Green Run finally establishing their dominance over Lansdowne. They now lead 27-7. 4:54 to go in the third quarter in that one. And that'll do it for the third quarter in this one. Atlantic Shores leads 26-18. We've got an exciting finish coming your way. But first, we will take a timeout right here on Cova Sports TV.
Yes!
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Boom. First down. Let's go.
Any gate can be a tailgate.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV, second down and long. Michael Lance got to take the read option himself and fight forward and dive at about, they'll mark him at about the 34-yard line on the Barron side of the field. So we will get third and short, a pivotal play here. A stop is needed by Blue Ridge. Kings Fork takes the lead over Western Branch. 21-14 is the score in that one. It's been an exciting one in Suffolk. 4:25 to go in the third quarter. Warwick leads over Woodside 21-0. 5:57 to go in the third quarter. Lance throws this one, and a catch by Colin Williams, jumping over the defender kind of for the catch, and it will be a first down, so a big play for Atlantic Shores. Shotgun for Michael Lance and Colbank, and we had some movement early. I think that's going to be a false start. So backing up the Seahawks 5. A couple different linemen moved early. Sometimes when you see a false start penalty like that, you'll get the everyone but the center call. You see a couple different people move like that. It's my favorite. Michael Lance, shotgun, 1st and 15. Two receivers on either side of the field. Finds Colin Williams again on the wide receiver screen. He'll fight forward. He loses the football, and it's picked up. No, the referees are going to mark him down or out of bounds, one or the other. And Atlantic Shores ball, I've got to be honest, I really thought he fumbled that in bounds. Colin Williams almost with a pivotal mistake, but catches a break. Refs discuss a little bit, but I don't think anything's going to change. Moving the ball back a bit. I really thought, I'm going to check my replay here, looking back on the stream. Williams caught the ball. I got to be honest, I really think that was a fumble inbounds, and Blue Ridge should have the ball right now, but a break caught by the Seahawks nonetheless. As Colbank takes this one, it'll be 3rd and medium, and there will be a chance for Blue Ridge to redeem themselves here as a player is down on the turf. We'll take a quick timeout while they tend to him. We'll be back in just a moment on Cova Sports TV.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV, playing at the Plex tonight as Atlantic Shores just caught a break. Now it's 3rd and medium. A huge play incoming. Michael Lance takes the snap, fakes the handoff, takes it himself to read option. He gets the first down and more. Hangs on to the football, getting to about the 16-yard line. And a first down, Seahawks. So first down, 9:17 in, running to go. Lakeshore still going up tempo. I'm surprised they're not chewing a bit more clock being ahead like this. But they've always gone up tempo under Coach Wayne Lance, and I respect it. In fact, Michael Lance going to be all by himself in the backfield. 4 receivers wide and an extra tight offensive line. Lance steps back, and it's going to be a quarterback draw. There goes Lance, avoiding a couple tackles. Lance still on his feet, fighting towards the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Michael Lance takes it himself. 17-yard rush. Michael Lance single-handedly might have just won Atlantic Shores this football game. What a play for quarterback Michael Lance. They now lead 32-18, a big 2-point conversion incoming. I assume it will be a 2-point conversion. In fact, no, it will be an extra point try. The first extra point try of the night for the Seahawks. They'll try the extra point. Snap's good. Hold down. Kick is up. And it is good. 33-18, Atlantic Shores leads with 8:41 to go. We'll be back for the kickoff in just a moment after this on Cova Sports TV.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV as Atlantic Shores leads 33-18. This kickoff going up the middle and will go out of bounds. So a kicking out of bounds penalty on Atlantic Shores will be called. I think. I don't see a flag anywhere. Oh, there it is. So it will be a kick out of bounds penalty. Not the first kicking out of bounds penalty of the night between both teams. So Blue Ridge getting nice field position at the 35-yard line. They trail 33-18, 8:41 to go. They're going to need a quick touchdown here, and then we'll need a defensive stop. Atlantic Shores actually making the extra point, which is fun to see, as this handoff going to go to Corey Shorts. And the ball was loose, and Atlantic Shores has it. And a pivotal turnover that might just end the night for Blue Ridge. What a turn of events. The Atlantic Shores defense comes through when needed. And now can the offense put the game away? A reminder, they've already had 2 mishandled snaps back in the third quarter, so very possible for a mistake to happen. It's not quite over yet. The Barons defense has come up big a couple times in this one. We'll see if they're able to. A pivotal mistake for the ball carrier. Shorts for the Barons. This one handed to Colbank, who has nowhere to go. He'll be brought down a yard before the line of scrimmage. Pistol, this one. Lance taking it himself again and will be brought down by Shorts. Getting back to the original line of scrimmage. Lance has ran a lot tonight. You don't ever see him run this much. It'll be 3rd and long, and a stop is needed here by Blue Ridge. Lance by himself in the shotgun. Drops back. He's throwing across the middle. Wide open. Josh Sibley. Touchdown, Seahawks. And that will probably put the game to rest. Josh Sibley, the slot receiver, in at 5'9", gets the job done for the Seahawks. They now lead 39-18 with just over 7 minutes to go. Trick play, 2-point conversion. Lance going to throw this one. Completed to Ben Salih. We have some whistles and a flag down, and this might be the same thing, illegal formation, the exact same thing. Looked very similar to the play they ran earlier in the night. So we'll see. Looks like they're going to have to do it over. Neither coach knows what's going on. Both are kind of have their hands in the air asking what's going on. And it looks like the 2-point try stays. So it will be 41-18 with just over 7 minutes to play. We'll be back with more action right after this on Cova Sports TV.
A history of winning started with the 65 Gators losing steam, losing sweat.
We've identified the problem. What is the solution?
A drink scientifically designed to hydrate better than water, so they could sweat more, win more, and change the game forever.
Boom, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
We're back here live on Cova Sports TV as the Atlantic Shore Seahawks now hold the lead 41-18 over the Blue Ridge Barons. Is this kickoff going to be on the ground and picked up and a knee taken? So Atlantic Shores, after a very big touchdown pass to Josh Sibley, just over 7 minutes to play. A look around the area, the 757 Hampton Roads, what is going on in the high school landscape. And Friday Night Lights, like I mentioned, a beautiful night, a bit chilly actually, as we're settling into the fall weather now. In October, it's a final. Poquoson takes down Gloucester 54-6. Great Bridge holds a huge lead over Grassfield, 55-14, 8.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. And a big game that happened tonight in this division. Norfolk Academy takes down Nansemond Suffolk 6-0. Is the quarterback going to throw this one deep? And it'll be intercepted. Trey Williams has some room to go and finally pushed out of bounds. A flag comes down as well as an Atlantic Shore helmet is on the ground. We'll check the flag. Regardless, a huge play by Trey Williams. And it looks like referee's still discussing this, so not too sure. As I was mentioning, though, Norfolk Academy beats Nansemond Suffolk 6-0, a huge game in this division. Both those teams beat Atlantic Shores here at the Sportsplex multiple weeks ago, and here's the call from the White Hat. It's going to go against the Barons, I think. Bit of conflicting interest. And it looks like it might go against the return. I'm not too sure. Regardless, though, it looks like Atlantic Shores has the football. Granby leading over Booker T. Washington at the end of the third quarter, 15-13. Lafayette leads at the end of the third against Jamestown, 48-0. Nans River beating Indian River, 19-13. Coach Alonzo Ricks trying to pull off that victory over the Braves in Chesapeake. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. End of the third quarter, Kings Fork holds their lead over Western Branch, 21-14. Atlantic Shores trying to put the dagger as 6:48 remains. This handoff going to Colbank, who fights forward for a couple yards. And breaks a tackle! And a great run for John Colbank. And Atlantic Shores getting contagious now. Multiple people making big plays. So shotgun as Atlantic Shores looking to put this one away. They lead 41-18, just over 6.5 minutes to go. Pistol look, this one handed off Trey Williams, who just had the interception moments ago. Wide open room and walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Atlantic Shores, 47-18 with extra point pending. 6.5 minutes to play. Trey Williams with back-to-back big plays for the Seahawks. We'll see what they elect to do with this extra point here, if they're going to actually kick it or not. I think they will, and they will. So an extra point look for Atlantic Shores. They're 1 for 1 tonight on extra points. So snap, hold down, kick is up. Chips it on through. The kick is good for Zach Berry. We're going to take another timeout. 6.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Atlantic Shores leads 48-18. We're back here live on Cova Sports TV. Atlantic Shores having their way as they are going to pick up a 4th victory tonight, it looks like, to push their record to 4-4 after losing 4 of their last 5 at the beginning of the season, 4 of their first 5 of the season. They're now on a 3-game winning streak. They're going to be 4-4 as this one dropped. Who has the football? It's Atlantic Shores football. Another turnover. And the Seahawks have absolutely turned up in this 4th quarter. The most important quarter of football, and they are doing their job. They lead by 30. With 6:23 on the clock. Unbelievable. So Atlantic Shores offense back out onto the field. They can really run the clock now. What turned from a big comeback by Blue Ridge has resulted in Atlantic Shores dominating on offense today. We've got a timeout. Atlantic Shores having to back up some. Delay of game penalty. Nothing really doing on the handoff to Colbank. In fact, a gain of 2. 2nd and extra long because of the delay of game penalty. Pistol look for Michael Lance and company. Lance play fakes and gets thrown down by the interior defensive lineman. A miscommunication. We'll get 3rd and extra long. We've got flags or whistles of some sort. It'll be a false start on Atlantic Shores, trying to just get a couple good plays off. Shotgun for Michael Lance. Clock is running. Just under 4.5 minutes to go. Lance going to roll to his left designed throw and has a man complete. Josh Sibley along the far sideline and making sure he stays in bounds. So a big completion, however, still about 4 to 5 yards to go until the first down marker. And now if you're Atlantic Shores, you're going to go for this to try and put the game away completely and run the clock, or you're going to punt. Michael Lance does punt for them. He's out on the field. but it looks like the rest of the offense is also staying out on the field. Shotgun, Michael Lance. Corners are pressing, and Blue Ridge is bringing it. Lance throws, complete, and we'll get the first down. Trey Williams, who's had an outstanding fourth quarter. It's a final. Great Bridge Wildcats have taken down the Grassfield Grizzlies 62-20. We have some conflicting reports with the Maury Commodores game, so I suppose that they didn't have quite as many points as was reported earlier. It's a final in their game against Norview. They win it 48-0, so not quite as big of a win as the 91-0 win last week. They decided to tone it down a bit this time at Powhatan Field as Trace Williams gets this handoff and breaks the tackle, still on his feet, still fighting forward. They'll mark him down, forward progress. Oscar Smith defeats Deep Creek 48-10. Salem leads 14-0 on Kellam. 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter in that one. Kings Fork extends their lead to 2 possessions, 28-14 over Western Branch. 2:43 to go in the fourth quarter. Lake Taylor leads Manor 36-18. Early third quarter in that one. I guess they got a bit of a late start. Green Run leads over Lansdowne 34-7. 9.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter in that one. That's about all the scores we've got for you. A really bunched up formation for the Seahawks as 2:12 remains and running. It's been a fun one tonight here at the Sportsplex as this handoff going to Colbank, who fights forward to about the 31-yard line. Really, about 10 minutes ago, well, maybe 20 minutes ago real time, but 10 minutes ago on the clock, Blue Ridge came off of a scoop and score touchdown that made it an 8-point game, 26-18. And since then, Atlantic Shores has put up 22 unanswered, which is incredible for the Seahawk offense. Hand off to Trace Williams. Runs to the outside trying to get the edge, and he'll be brought down just before out of bounds. 1:11 to go. One minute to go as Atlantic Shores can taste it. Their third in a row. Shotgun look for Micah Lance. They're finally taking down Blue Ridge after a couple years in a row losing to them. This one handed off to Trace Williams, who won't be going anywhere. $20 seconds remain. Technically, I don't think they have to snap it, but they might just in case, as it was right at the 40-second mark when they got that play off. And they won't need to snap it again. 6 seconds remain. Teams are trotting off the field. And that's going to be a victory for the Atlantic Shores Seahawks as they win this one. 48-18 is your final score. The Seahawks with a big win after a couple mishaps in the third quarter. Blue Ridge moving to 3-4 on their record overall in the season. Blue Ridge's third loss in a row after losing to North Cross and St. Anne's Belfield recently. This is their third in a row. After this one, Blue Ridge going to play back at home for the last 3 games of the season as they got Fredericksburg Christian coming into town next Saturday, and then Kiski School and the Covenant School. both coming to Blue Ridge to play against them. As for Atlantic Shores, they've got a couple more. After this one, they'll be going to play at Hampton Roads Academy before coming back home for homecoming and senior night against St. Anne's Belfield, and they'll wrap up the season at Isle of Wight Academy. So a couple of big games coming up for them again. This is their third win in a row after starting out the season 1-4. They're now 4-4 on the year, and they've got a big one coming up next week at Hampton Roads Academy. With that being said, that's going to wrap up our broadcast tonight. We appreciate all of you for tuning in to Cova Sports TV tonight. I've been Jack Lowe, your play-by-play commentator, alongside our camera operator tonight, Mason Yoder, and all the people doing it behind the scenes here on Cova Sports TV and at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. As we thank all of you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. As always, it was our pleasure bringing it to you. And that's going to wrap us up tonight from the Sportsplex. Once again, your final score, Atlantic Shores 48, Blue Ridge 18. Take care, everybody.